Hello there, Medicynth here, and today I've got, today we've got some of my Blind Box BJDs. This is my Tangula Tang BJD that was in a blind box that I got. And we have our Nendoroids, Hulian Nendoroids. So we got Shalian and Wachung, and the reason we have them today is because I wanted to do an experiment with you. We are going to do our Nendoroid Blind Box BJD experiment. So, let's sit you down. We're going to start with, we're going to start with Shalian. Alright, so before, when I was opening these Blind Box BJDs, I said that their head plates and faces are very similar to the mechanism that Nendoroid uses. You can see right here, compare, look, their heads are actually really similar in size. Okay, hers is a little bit bigger. When I first opened these, I thought maybe they're going to be too small, but now that I see them side by side, like you can just really see how similar they are. So they have the, here, we'll go ahead and just do it. Alright, so you pull the bangs out like that. They lock into there. The face plate, okay, comes off there. And then that comes off. And then here's the neck. Okay. So that's a Nendoroid. You got the back of the head. This one's where his head goes. Whoa. You got the bangs and the faceplate. So that's Nendoroid. And now this is a Blind Box BJD. I don't think this is Penny's box or Antu, but it's very similar. So look. See, back of the head, front of the head, faceplate, and then the neck joint. Alright, so you can see slightly different size, and then the neck joint is different. See, you're gonna need this neck plate to fit this, so I'm not sure, because this is an S hook, if we can put this in instead, because I don't really know that there's a good way to do that. How would you do that? Because this isn't going to fit. This needs to have this plate on it. And see, for this just kind of comes out of there. So this is the neck joint, and it's just stuck into this little piece. So if there was a way to stick this neck joint here, this S hook is a little bit bigger than this neck piece. Like this slot here, I'm so sorry. This slot where this S hook is supposed to slide through to get out of there, the neck piece is not working for us. It's not working here, so this doesn't want to come off. Okay, so we already are running into some limitations with our experiment. Alright, S hook is back in place. Okay, so the first limitation that we ran into. Alright, so the first limitation we ran into is the neck joint. This is the Nendoroid neck. They need to have this back piece here for the head piece to go on. So that's a problem. Now let's just see, for the sake of testing. Yeah, you can't, and for, if you wanted to use the hair pieces of these Blind Box BJDs, this one specifically is it doesn't fit. Like this is where the head piece needs to go, see? So it's got these cute little grooves and they pop right in there. And Shalian's face is not the correct face for that. So we are going to pop this back on here See, it fits right there. It's very small. It's like they definitely did this on purpose. They definitely want it to be compatible with their particular pieces. Okay, so that's there. Let's try our, so we still have Shailene in pieces here. So we are still going to go to our next doll. So this is a Penny's Box Centaur BJD. That was also a Blind Box BJD. But it's cool because it's got this Centaur body. But it also, the head piece is also the same as the Nendoroid and our other Blind Box. But let's see how this one works. As far as if it's compatible or not. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to like damage any of the little accessories. Like I don't want to mess up her little barrette here, her little ponytail barrette here. It's just not. And now your tail, that tail already. I already said in my video where I opened her that that tail is not. There we go. There we go. Okay. So already, oh, that would be so cute, but his face is definitely, that's really cute. I don't think it'll fit. I think we're gonna run into the same issues before. Well, that's cool. I didn't even know it had that in there. So just like our BJDs, the head plates sometimes have some information about the designers in the, so you can tell it's authentic. So let's take her head off her neck and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so her neck's a little bit longer, but it's definitely not gonna hold Shailene's thing. So let's see if the face, wait a minute, no. Okay, so we don't have the limitation. Let's see. All right, let's stick that here. Okay, okay. Okay, it's loose. But let's see if we lock the bangs in, what happens. Can we do it? Ah, you guys, look. Oh my gosh. I just, like, it worked. It worked without a bunch of fuss. How cute is that? Shailene's face. Well, I mean, but it's, because it's just the face and it's not his hairstyle and everything, it doesn't really feel like it's him. You know, because that anime face could be, it technically could be anybody's face. I'm not gonna lie. But cute! So now we can change the Nendoroid faces. But just keep in mind that if you do put your Nendoroid faceplates on your Penny's Box Blind Box dolls, they are going to be loose. Like this is, there's gaps here. See that gap? The only thing keeping this faceplate in place is the headpiece, is these two pieces. But so if you have alternate pieces like this, they can swap out. You could try to, you know, do some things. It gives you some, I mean, it does give you some options. Okay, that's options. I'm all about options. Why we got these all out. So that's kind of cool. Alright, that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, shiz. That's a better fit. Oh. It's still the same. So, the hair pieces aren't going to be compatible. Let's see something. Yeah, okay, so also on the same end, you can't take your Penny's Box head plates and like they are not going to work on Nendoroid at all. Okay. I really, really want to try to, like what you need this part for the head to stick onto, for the hair to completely use the whole head. So if you want the hair, the faceplate, all of it, you need to have this kind of compatible. These are not going to work. But if you can, and you have like some kind of 3D printer, or, you know, we could try to make it out of clay. I don't know, maybe. You need to have this neck piece that's open for the S-hook to get through with this back. And then your Nendoroid could fit on your BJDs. You just need to have some kind of adapter here. Same for your BJDs to fit on your Nendoroid. So maybe you want to put your pennies box on Shalian's body, right? Like you have like a cute anime style body that you like. You just need to figure out a way to get this to fit with the neck joint to fit in there. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to stick this back on. Alright, so that being said, let's try and see if we can... Okay, yeah, so it's definitely loose. Okay, but that's pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Look at that! Alright, what do you think? We've got Nendoroid faceplate on a pennies box BJD. There you go. Nendoroid faceplate on a pennies box BJD. This actually looks really cool on the dragon. The dragon with like Hua Chung's like pirate eye, like his Hua Chung's, you know, eye patch and that little smirk. It's just really, it like fits. So I think our experiment was interesting. Was it a success? No, not exactly to the extent that we might want it to be, but it definitely was a learning experience. It really comes down to this neck joint. You really gotta find a way to find a compatible neck joint that could house those S-hooks. If you can do that, you have your open possibilities. So I'm actually... I don't know if maybe somebody sells those, maybe it already exists. I didn't look into it. I didn't even research any of this before doing this. I just said, hey, I've got Nendoroids. I've got these little dolls. They look like about the same size heads. The face mechanisms, the head mechanisms are the same. So let's see if they're compatible. And they're meh. I wouldn't say they're compatible. You definitely can't swap them out for each other. I wish you could. I wanted to make Hua Chung a dragon, and I wanted Shalian to have the centaur body, because I think that would be really cute, and kind of like an AU, like an alternate universe, where they're like fantasy creatures. But you know what? This is fun too. I like it. It's cute. So, just gives you some options and different ways to play with your dolls. I definitely would switch them back now, because this feels weird. It feels like he's like having a weird spiritual, having a weird like his spirit left his body and entered a different creature. Which Hua Chung does have the ability to like transform. They all do. They're gods and ghosts. They do have transformation powers, and they do kind of use those. Shalian's not really big on it, but not to be anything, he does use it. There are several times in the book series where Shalian is dressed as a woman. So, you know what? It does still fit the characters. They go in disguise and go investigate stuff. So, you know, hey, it could be fun. But if you have Nendoroids, if you have little pennies box BJDs, they do seem more compatible than other of these BJD types. But again, if we could get this neck joint to house an S-hook, like a tiny little S-hook, that would open up the doors for it to be compatible. That's all you need. You need to be able to get this neck joint to house an S-hook, and then you can open the door to BJD. So I don't know, I'll explore that option, see what's out there. If it's not too crazy, I might try to get something and then we could test it out. But yeah, if you know more, if you've done any kind of Nendoroid BJD swaps or any kind of things like I just showed you, let me know in the comments. Share with me your videos. Share with me your knowledge. Again, this is my first time owning Nendoroids. I did not own them in the past. I have had them sitting in a box for a while, but like this is my first time getting them out and getting to know them. It's also Penny's box, Blind Box, these little Blind Box BJDs. I'm also pretty new to them as well. Again, I've only been dabbling with them for a few years, and I haven't done much besides just taking them out of the box and setting them up in cute ways. But let me know if you want to see other weird experiments with these dolls. Let me know that too. We will be doing some swaps. I will be changing some outfits at some point because I have a cute other outfit. I think I want to change her clothes into it just to see if it fits. But yeah, stay tuned. We will be doing some other of the Blind Box Miniverse maker things, so stay tuned for those. But until next time, bye!